It is now my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker. Josh Linkner is the New York Times bestselling author of Disciplined Dreaming. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker. Josh Linkner is the New York Times bestselling author of Disciplined Dreaming, a proven system to drive breakthrough creativity, named one of the top 10 business books of 2011. He is the CEO and managing partner of Detroit Venture Partners. By investing in startups, he and his partners, Magic Johnson and NBA team owner Dan Gilbert, are rebuilding troubled urban areas through entrepreneurial fire. Josh Linkner is the founder, chairman, and former CEO of eProds, the largest interactive promotion agency in the world. He has advised 74 of the world's top 100 brands on their marketing strategy and has been recognized by President Barack Obama as a champion of change. Josh is the adjunct professor of applied creativity at the University of Michigan. He is also a Berklee-trained professional jazz guitarist who has performed at the highest levels internationally. Most importantly, Josh is on a mission to make the world more creative. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the main keynote of this year's conference, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Josh Linkner.
So we've all heard that expression. I was in the shower and I came up with this great idea. It's a cliche. When was the last time you heard someone say, all right, I'm sitting at my cube and I'm updating Facebook and I'm sending a tweet and doing a voicemail and checking email and bam, I'm hit with a lightning bolt of inspiration. It doesn't happen. We know that environment matters. That's why we come to cool, amazing venues like this, because we get out of the grind and we can let our imagination soar. You know, artists, musicians, playwrights for centuries have gone to cool places to spark their creativity. So if we know that environment matters, why does most of corporate America look like this? It's like a sensory deprivation chamber. I mean, you've got no windows, bad lighting, no color, no stimulus, and then we wonder why our team comes up with ho-hum ideas. One of the things that I would encourage you to watch out for is groupthink. Groupthink is that poisonous, fear-based attitude that ends up watering down our most potent ideas. I'll give you an example. So Cherry Garcia ice cream is my absolute favorite. It is just the bomb. So it's chunks of chocolate, chunks of cherries in this cherry-flavored ice cream. Just delicious. It's a multi-hundred-million-dollar product for the Ben & Jerry's company. But this product would have never gotten through the brainstorming session in most companies. Here's how that brainstorming session would go in most companies. Someone says, oh, I got an idea. Cherry Garcia ice cream, it's going to be great. But then you got Sue over in legal. And Sue says something like this. Yeah. Good idea and all, but you know that 1 out of 100,000 people are allergic to cherries. Why don't you pull those cherries out? Then you got Jim over in purchasing. And Jim says, you know those chocolate chunks? Those are going to decrease my margin by 0.2 cents per unit. Why don't you pull out those chocolate chunks? Then you got Ben over in manufacturing. And Ben says, you know, to get the cherry syrup just right into that ice cream, I got to put a piece of new equipment on the line. I got to retrain my people. It's kind of a pain in the neck for me. I'm trying to get out of here early to watch my kid play hockey and all. So can't you just pull that cherry-flavored ice cream? What do you got left? Vanilla. You got a big bowl of vanilla nothing. A commodity. And the world does not need a commodity. It doesn't need a commodity ice cream. It doesn't need a commodity TV commercial. It doesn't need a commodity brand. Again, the world craves originality. And if you stop following and start really thinking about how you can dare to be different, I believe you'll be able to achieve the results you're looking for. So I'm building this Lego Death Star with my son Noah, who's 14. It took us a couple hours, and we built this crazy thing, and I was proud of it, but I realized something was wrong. Something was wrong. So I actually brought it with me to show you. This is the instruction manual for this Lego project. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. 192 detailed steps on exactly what to do and where to put every specialized piece. Is that crazy or what? What are we teaching our kids? When I was a kid, this is what Legos looked like. The act of Legoing is you take these modular blocks and you'd use your imagination and you'd build something, you'd bust it apart and you'd build something new. So again, our schools, our systems, our toys, everything is pushing us in the wrong direction. Simplest thing you can do, it's very, very easy to do it, is ask these 3 simple questions again and again and again. Why, what if, and why not? Why, what if, and why not? Because when you ask those questions, you force yourself to explore what's possible instead of just what is. You force yourself to challenge conventional wisdom and explore the unknown. Give you an example. A talented entrepreneur was launching a company, and she was going to manufacture girls' socks. So the normal business school 101 playbook would be, you'd fly overseas, you'd source these socks super cheap, these boring white utilitarian socks. You'd then fly to Bentonville, Arkansas, and beg Walmart, please carry my socks. I'll sell them to you for 10 pair for $1. But this woman did something different. She started saying, why? What if? Why not? Why are socks boring? What if socks were fun and colorful? Why do socks match? Why do socks come in pairs of 2? You always lose one. That's annoying. So here's what she did. She launched a cool company called Little Mismatched. Now you'll notice that Little Mismatched are not boring white utilitarian socks. They're funky and colorful. You can't buy a pair of socks that match because they're color coordinated, but none of them are matching. In fact, you can't even buy a pair at all because they come in sets of 3 or 5. So you say to yourself, okay, is it frivolous? Is that really what we need? I'm in a price competitive industry. There's no more price competitive commodity industry than socks. This company went from 0 to $30 million in revenue in 4 years. It's because she was different and remarkable and creative. And she did something that people would pay attention to because the world craves originality. No one wants another Me Too player. No one wants another Me Too anything. What the world will pay handsomely for is original thinking and creativity.